angle, okay?
Yeah.
Let me move the fucking mic about. Hi, everybody, and welcome, finally, back to another episode of 20-somethings, because we are in our 20-somethings, and we have all gathered around the little campfire to talk about some things today. First of all, I want to clarify, I am so sorry. I'm sure, you've all been an absolute bits with me not being present for 2 weeks, but as I said, we are in our 20-somethings, and I just celebrated my 21st birthday. So exciting. You might be thinking, it's a birthday, not a birth fortnight, which, would be a valid thing to say. I was incredibly lucky this year. Multiple plans with multiple people. She's a popular girlie. The way that it fell was over the podcast. It's not just we sit here and record it and just are yep, cool, fine, publish. Editing is obviously involved in it and shit. You don't care. So I'm just going to apologise that I haven't been around for 2 weeks. So let's move on. I actually want to talk about my birthday without sounding arrogant like everyone gives a flying fuck. I want to talk about it in the sense of what happened and what that kind of meant to me. Because, it was my birthday and this is the episode that would fall on my birthday. When else can we fucking talk about this? Never. I'm fucking devastated because my friends made me this little 20-somethings poster that I was going to hang here and I've left it at home. They put 20-somethings in the middle and they put all the little memories they had of me or little messages for me. Literally bawled my eyes out crying. For my birthday, I'm all over the place. My mum, I knew, had been planning something, but I didn't know what. I knew there was a group chat. I only knew there was a group chat because my mum and my boyfriend's phone went off at the same time. He was like, nothing, I guess we've just got a message at the same time, exactly the same time. It's definitely not a group chat that you're not in. And when it comes to the day, I obviously know that something is happening, I just don't know what. My boyfriend gets me in the car and he's like, I'm buying a suit. I can't explain to you the fury that I felt. I was livid. I'm super nervous, I'm super stressed, I'm super excited, and you're taking me to go and buy a fucking suit. Buy it another day! It's not your day, it's my day. We go and buy the fucking suit. Oh, I don't like that black one because I don't like that it's cotton and I don't like the shiny bit on this black one. And actually, I don't know if I want a black one. Actually, I might want a burgundy one. You don't want a burgundy one, just get a fucking black tie. It's not even that difficult. I've got places to be. We get in the car after buying the suit and he's like, we're just going to sit here 10 minutes. Why? Can't we just get a drink? And he's like, no, we have to sit here for 10 minutes. So then when we finally start driving somewhere, I am furious. I'm so angry because I feel like he's just wasted my time. Seriously, it took me 2 hours to get ready. And when we pulled up in the car, we were at a restaurant. I was like, okay, cool. And I walk in the door and literally my mum outdid herself. There was everyone ever in my entire life in this room. I feel so bad for my boyfriend because he was just trying to make sure that all the time ran smoothly. Some of my friends, so Aisling, who you're going to see later on the episode today, she stood over there. She's waving, but you can't see her. She came from Nottingham. I had friends come from Wales, Liverpool, Leeds, literally all over the fucking place to come to my birthday. I think I just wanted to talk about it because you have moments in your life where you can really intensely doubt your worth. I remember for my last birthday, I didn't really have anyone to invite. It wasn't that I didn't have them to invite. I was in the first year of uni, my friends were all over the country. I hadn't really made that many friends at uni, and I felt really quite lonely on my last birthday. And actually coming to my 21st birthday and seeing all these people and how far they've come and how much effort they've put into even just being there was enormous. And I never would have felt that unless it had happened. It made me think about things. Do we need to have a big event to know your worth? They didn't have to come to my birthday for me to know that they loved me, but they did. And that mattered an enormous amount to me. And so if anyone is watching it that was at my birthday, thank you so much for coming. I was so chuffed with it. Aisling being one of them. Sorry, this bit wasn't really that funny and cute. Normally I do a beginning bit that's funny and cute. It was definitely a night I'll always remember forever and ever and ever. It was a really nice send off into adulthood, I guess. That is something that I think was a bit jarring. I am now an adult in every country all over the world. Everywhere. My childhood is officially done. But I need to be 21, otherwise I couldn't do 20-somethings. So in the process of the build-up for my birthday, you have Christmas calendars. My mum got me a birthday calendar for like 7 days leading up to my birthday. It's really cute, isn't it? She said you could kind of pick what was in each door, but you'd like pick from a drop down list kind of thing. I genuinely think that she chose this calendar as a big fat hint for what she wants for Christmas. They were really nice, you know, they were really cute little trinkets and stuff. But there was stuff in there, I'm like, Mum, is this for you? Like, do you want this? Like, there was a big, almost like crochet set to crochet a, like, rainbow. And I don't think I give off crochet rainbow vibes, as far as I'm aware. And there was also, like, a little heart that you'd, like, hang on a door that says, I can't remember what it says, it's along the lines of, like, live, laugh, love. Which is, again, like a really my mum thing. And it's really sweet, but I do want to maybe bring up, Christmas is coming up. If you are getting your loved ones presents, you know, remember that they aren't you. And I think that's a thing that happens every year. That's why grandparents always get you socks. No one's ever opened a pair of socks and been like, oh, well chuffed with that. That was the top of my list. But grandparents will get you socks because their view of it is like, oh, socks keep you nice and warm. I'd love to get a pair of socks. So they get you a pair of socks. Do you see what I mean? And I love my mum dearly, and I love this calendar. It's such a cute idea, and I appreciate every single present that was in it. I really don't want to come across like I'm sounding ungrateful. If you're a boyfriend getting a girlfriend a present, she most likely doesn't want loyalty tickets to Norwich City Football Club or the new PlayStation with FIFA on it. You know, and likewise, you know, if you're a girlfriend getting a boyfriend a present, he probably doesn't want that fluffy pillow / teddy bear because you think that's cute. He thinks that is probably the most awful thing you could ever do to him. Let's just keep that in mind for Christmas. Let's buy presents for our loved ones, not ourselves. All right. So thank you so much for listening to my little segment. I know it was really birthday and like me related. So please let me know if you found that incredibly boring, and I will do different things. I just thought I'd try something different because it was my birthday week. So I'm now going to lead on to my guest of this week, which is Miss Aisling Sibley. And we're going to be talking about sex and relationships in your formative years. Chaos. I mean, it was all over the place. But it's fun. It's a fun watch. You should watch it. Definitely. Please do watch it, please. And definitely like the video and subscribe to me and press the bell and all that good shit. Hi, Aisling Sibley.
Hello, Abel Reynolds.
And welcome to 20-somethings.
Thank you. Very happy to be
here. So, give us an introduction of yourself.
My name's Ash. I am 20. I study English at uni, and I've known Ava for 4 years.
Did you not ever think how jarring that is as well? It's 4
I'm
years.
terrified. I'm still 17 in my brain.
Yeah, I'm still 17.
I
still feel naughty when I buy tobacco.
It's alcohol for me. I go into the shops, I buy a bottle of wine. I'm like, why have they not ID'd me? I'm a child.
I went out for dinner with my boyfriend the other day. This is weird because normally I do it to the camera instead of you. Like, obviously, if I talk about my boyfriend with my friends, I say his name. But I don't say his name on this podcast.
That's fair.
Because he's not real. No, I'm joking.
I'll bear that in mind as well. I shall not also say
Yeah, don't say his name.
Me just like, so.
No one can know. So, yeah, we went out for dinner and we came to like it was like a pub dinner, but it was a nice pub dinner.
Yeah.
And we got to the bar and they were like, oh, first of all, what would you like to drink? And I was like, oh, I'll have a big fat Merlot, please. And she just went, yeah, right away. My first drink is 21 and I didn't get ID'd and it really upset me.
That's brutal. I went to Sainsbury's yesterday to buy a bottle of wine and I saw a book that I've wanted to read for a while. And I picked up the book as well. And this woman at the till goes, bottle of wine and a book for tonight, you lucky girl. And I was like, ask for my ID. Please
do.
I'm not in my 30s. Like this, I'm not reading the book with the bottle of wine. I'm bringing the bottle of wine because I'm going to a games night to get drunk.
Well, I had it where I was in, I don't know if I can say the shop name, can I? It's like a big supermarket chain.
Did I say the shop name?
I don't think you did, so okay. It's fine. I don't know if it even matters, realistically. It's not a fucking ad, so it's fine. I'm not bigging it up. But anyway, I'll say it not just in case. But I was in a very big supermarket chain. Every little helps. And and I was buying, like, dinner. And I got, like, a bottle of wine with the dinner. And she was going through all my food, and she was going like, oh, looks like you're cooking a really wonderful dinner. Like, as if I'm like some fucking mum.
Oh my God.
I'm not a mum.
Yeah, I'm just picking up the kids.
I'm 21. Can you do something for me? Do you know how much I've been saying that since I turned 21? It's
I don't
disgusting.
blame you. I'm impressed you didn't do like a post to that song.
I should have.
You should have. You still got time.
21. Do your thing. 21. Do your thing.
21.
Anyway, right, fuck. We're getting off the path. Enough about fucking shops and ID. Let's talk about what we came here to talk about.
Talk about. Yes.
So, I wanted to ask you, Aisling Sibley.
Yes.
Because we share a similar experience in this, and I think that it'd be an interesting conversation to have and refreshing for some people to hear about being in long-term relationships at a young age, like in your formative years. So you and I, we were both in a relationship together. God. From the age of like 16 to what, 19? Was it 19?
Yeah.
Was it 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, 16 to 19.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 years of our like formative years that we spent trying to please somebody else.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that.
I feel like, so obviously to not discourage people, if you want to get in a relationship and you're like 16, 17, do it. But I feel like because they're such key years of your life, like you have no idea what you like to do just for you. Like an example of this is like before I got a boyfriend, when I was like, I think I started seeing him when I was 16 and we started officially dating when I was 17. Yes. I used to like watch people like Flossie and Olivia Neal and people like that on YouTube, things like that. And then when I started dating this boy, I started watching people like the Sidemen and like Will and E and like Chris MD. And like I enjoy their videos still. Like there's still people that I like to watch and things. Equally, would I like to watch them if I wasn't in a relationship when I was like a teenager? Like, because I don't know.
I think it's interesting because I had a very similar experience. I mean, I never used to watch particularly like Zoella and like that because I'm just not like other girls. Fuck's sake, I get that all the time. It's so annoying. I never was kind of into that, so like I was very willing to watch that kind of thing because I like that kind of humor. But I wasn't ever really that fussed about the Sidemen. Yet I fucking met them because of my boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Like he won these tickets to go to it was like a meet and greet, but it wasn't like you stand in a queue for ages and you get 2 seconds to hug KSI and then that's your day done. It's like they hired out this kind of bar and there was like free bar, free drinks and like little like games around you, but it was all like football themed, so like fucking yawn, don't care. But they just wander around. It was like you were at like an event with them. So you could like chat with them and talk to them or whatever. And yeah, to be fair, they're really sound people. The only person that wasn't, do you want to hear the tea? The only person that was an asshole was Vic Star 123.
Really?
Yeah,
I would
asshole.
not expect that.
So
he seemed like he would be the nicest one.
Nicest was Toby.
Oh, I'm not surprised by that actually. Toby seems very sweet.
I love Toby. And like when I met him, I was like, dude, he had at the time. Do you remember Travis Scott dropped those Nike? Were they Air Force Ones or Nike Jordans? Can't remember. Air Force Ones. No, he had on like the Travis Scott limited edition ones, and I was like, dude, your shoes are so sick. Like, and he smelled incredible. And
he looks like he would smell good.
He did smell incredible. And then he said to me, he was like, "You're talking about my shoes? Look at your outfit, girl. Like you're dripping. Like you come through here looking all slick like that." And like, you know, it was like really complimentary and gave me a cuddle and we sat and like had a chat and like it was really lovely. Compare Flash to Vic Star 123. He's literally just having a chat with Ethan. And I go over and I'm like, I'm really sorry to bother you. We don't have to have a chat if you don't want to. Could I just get a picture with you? You're the only person I've not got a picture with.
Yeah.
And I think you're great. And he turns to me and he's like, yeah. Take a picture, smile. Gives it back to me and was like, yeah, cool. See you later.
I am so disappointed right now.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, in all fairness, he might have just had a really fucking long day, and like,
Yeah.
you know, it might have just been the day. But in my experience, I was like, that's not on.
Because if you're having an event to speak to fans, you need to be in the headspace to speak to fans. And like, even if you're not in that headspace, you need to get yourself in the headspace and like be prepared. And I feel like that's not a sign that he was like mentally prepared.
No. And I really fangirled in KSI's face. I felt so bad.
Oh my god.
I like screamed in his face. I like, because there was a queue for him, obviously.
Yeah.
He wasn't just like, he was trying to do his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like, he, like, in all fairness, like, he saw everybody. But I eventually got to him and I just went, ah! Oh my god! And he was like, whoa. And I was like, no, I'm really sorry, I'm not fangirling at you, but I'm like really fangirling at you. I've watched you since I was like 14. Like, I think it was so cool. I've paid to watch all your boxing matches. Like, I just think it's so great. I listen to your music. I love Slow Motion with Randolph, and that's really underrated. I was just like screaming. And he was
Holiday
like,
is a tune, I swear.
you're my holiday. No, I just fangirled at him. So, yeah, anyway, he gave me a cuddle and that was that. But I feel like we're veering on. We're talking about the Sidemen now, and that's just not what we were talking about.
Yeah.
We were talking about being in a relationship, so cut all that fucking shit off. No one cares. AV met the Sidemen. Wow. Name drop.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
So, I remember like you posted it on Instagram and I was like, what the fuck? I'm so jealous.
I know.
Why am I not there?
Because you weren't dating my boyfriend at the time. Unfortunately, I was. No, I'm joking.
Lucky me. No offense.
No, none taken. Anyway, Christ, I need to try and make this as like fresh and non-toxic as possible. So,
okay, well,
cool vibes only.
So back to the topic on hand. I feel like because of the fact that I was in a relationship when I was like 17, and like they're the years where you kind of discover as an adult, like you start to figure out what you like to do, how you like to spend your time, things like that, and like what kind of media you want to consume. Like my music taste changed as well. Like I look at on my Spotify, I've got playlists for every 2 months, and I've got playlists back in like January of 2019 when I was like 15, where I don't even know what I was listening to, but it's like the polar opposite of what I listen to now.
Yeah.
And like the period in between when I was with my ex-boyfriend, I was listening to music that like my playlists weren't just filled with music that I would like. It was playlists like songs that he would enjoy to listen to as well. Like,
So you can share it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's things like that. And like I still listen to some of the music now, and I'm like, okay, I appreciate it. He introduced me to some good music,
Yeah.
but
And it's kind of low-key annoying.
yeah, because I listen to a song sometimes and I'm like, he showed me this band or he showed me this singer, and I'm like, can't it
Why
just
are
be
they
for
good?
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
But I don't know. I feel like the media that I consumed, like I still listen to a lot of the stuff now, and I still watch like all of those YouTubers.
Do
And
you?
yeah, like I still watch, like, for me the main one is Will and E.
No, the main one is 20-somethings.
Oh yeah, obviously.
That's the main one.
There's only 2 videos out so far, but
Yeah, this is number 3.
yeah, number 3.
It's fine.
I will of course be watching this one.
Yeah, of
See my
course.
little face.
Hi, future Ashling. Sorry,
Oh
go
my
on.
God.
I keep interrupting you.
It's fine. I can't even remember what I was saying now.
Future music tastes, and like you still watch these YouTubes.
Yeah.
You still watch these YouTubes.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh yeah, like the main one for me is Will and E, and like my ex introduced me to him, and I love his videos, especially he does videos with James Marriott. They're so funny. Would recommend.
I like James.
Me too.
Slow down. I want it. But can
Have you seen the
Slow
TikToks
down.
that he's been posting at the moment? And
No.
It's like, I want to go home. It's like, he's making edits to his own song. It's just fucking iconic. I love this
He
man.
is funny. He gives me such dad vibes.
Oh my god, he does. He's a cat dad, I think.
Yeah.
And he looks like a cat dad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does.
he does. Anyway, shout out James Marriott. We love you.
We love you. Definitely are watching it.
100%.
Mhm.
Why wouldn't he?
He's our number 1 contributor, actually. Sponsored by James Marriott.
Go check out his tour. Anyway, but yeah, like I still watch those YouTubers and I still enjoy the videos now, and like I don't know, I feel like if I hadn't been in a relationship with someone that had already watched these people, then I probably wouldn't be enjoying this media now. But I mean, I'm grateful that I am, because it like made me branch out. Like, who would have thought that I would be watching football YouTube videos?
Yeah, I no, I've never been interested in that. I'm sorry, but fair.
It's just Chris MD. He's funny.
Okay.
And like, he does videos with everyone.
Okay.
But I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like that's something that changed for me. The major thing though about being in a relationship between those ages was you just stop spending time with other people. I think, well, I stopped spending time with other people.
Yeah, you fucking weird right now. We? You're the beer thief.
In fairness, you were kind of lucky.
I was incredibly lucky because if my ex-boyfriend was in our friendship group in sixth form, which is obviously where me and Ash met. So I
waved. It's like me.
It's me. The only other person in the room. And he was in the same friendship group as us, so I didn't have to like abandon anyone to go and see him. Whereas your boyfriend, we all thought was
no one liked him.
Really lovely man.
Everyone loved him.
Yeah, I thought he was really
lovely.
kind and lovely and kind and nice.
He was just so nice. But like, he went to a different sixth form, and like, so if I wanted to see him on a lunch break, I would have to walk
through the city,
or like away from everyone. And then like he clashed with our friends, so then I didn't really hang out with our friends as much because it could sometimes cause arguments. And it was just...
I completely get it, and if I was in your position at that age, I would have done exactly the same thing.
Yeah, and it's very easy to be put in that situation because like, you're 17, 18, like you're a baby. Like, I look at 17-year-olds now and I'm like, you're a child.
Right.
And that was only like, what, nearly 4 years ago?
Yeah.
4 years already for you.
Yeah. Ha ha ha. Because I'm so much older than you.
Oh, 6 months.
Oh, 6 months older. Makes me a fucking, what's the word? Fossil.
Decrepit.
Yeah, I'm shriveling as we speak.
I'm not surprised.
Okay. No,
but yeah, I feel like that was the major thing for me, was like, you can feel quite isolated sometimes, especially if your friends and your boyfriend don't get on, because then it feels like you're having to choose sides, and it's just all a bit much. It was a bit much.
And that was hard because I remember having a conversation with you. You cornered me, and I remember you said to me, you were like, I'm going to have this conversation with you because I know that you'll tell me the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, do you like my boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
And I so badly wanted to say yeah, like I really wanted to, because I was like, I could see how much that meant to you, that like how much easier your life would have been if all of our friends were like, yeah, we love him, like he's great, like bring him along. And I honestly, a lot of our friends, in all fairness, like, no offense guys, because I know you probably are watching, but just slated him from the off, were like, prick.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I did think prick, but I did give it a really good go. So like, when he came to parties or whatever, I would try and speak to him because I really wanted it to work for you. And then actually it didn't, and that just is what it is, isn't it? And actually it comes from a place, and I'm sure like our friends would say the same, it comes from a place of like, we want what's best for you.
Yeah, 100%.
And if we feel like our issues with it were like, we didn't feel like he was treating you well.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's where it comes from. It comes from a place of care of like, our friend is something special and you should be treating her. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where the anger and the like, fuck you comes from.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. And I do get it because as well, it's the whole like, I knew that none of you liked him. Everyone would like lie about it to me and be like, yeah, no, like, he's great.
I didn't lie to you.
No, that's why I rang you and I was like, tell me the truth. Because I was like, I can see it in everyone's eyes. Whenever they say like, yeah.
What did I say to you?
I feel like you just kind of went, he's not an awful person, but I don't know if he's the right person for you. I think that's kind of along the lines of what you said.
Savage. But true.
Yeah.
Because here we are.
Here we are.
But would you know what I think is so funny is like, because I was obviously with my ex-boyfriend at this time. And you hated him before we even got together.
Oh my God.
Before we even got together.
God.
We were together 2.5 years, man. And then by the time that we'd like split up, I remember talking to you and you were like, dude, I fucking knew it. I was like, right, well, why wouldn't you say?
Well, because it's the whole thing of like, you never asked me what my opinion was
I didn't
of
care
him.
what anyone's opinion was, in all fairness.
But as well, because he was in our friendship group, I think it was probably automatically assumed that I did like him.
Yeah.
But I'd known him for a very long time, and I always had bad vibes from him. No offense.
No, fine.
But
None taken.
oh my God, I fucking hated him. And like when he started hanging out with our group, I was like, it's fine. You know, like everything will be fine. And then like I met you. And like a month later, you got with him at a party or something.
I kissed him and then was like, what's your name?
Yeah. No, you went, who even are you?
Who even are you? Before he started, like he was mid-answering me, I just walked off.
And this man fell in love with you. Yeah, so no. You're something special.
That's what shoot my shot.
Who even are you?
Who even are you? What the fuck? And I'm speaking to him the next morning as well and being like, we're not nothing. Like, do not talk to me at school. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want a boyfriend, and I don't really care who you are. So, cool. Have a nice night.
But
anyway,
like, I was like, oh dear, Ava's gotten with this man, and I just really dislike him. And I was like, don't tell me that this means he's going to be hanging out with us even more.
Oh, God.
Because the reason he was like in the group was because of, I don't know if I can, you could cut it out. Just because like he was friends with Jacob, they were in the same form.
You can say Jacob.
Yeah.
You can say Jacob.
He was friends with Jacob. Like they'd been friends all the way through school, and that's kind of why he became like in our group. But I was like, oh, because the party was at Jacob's house, I was like, maybe he won't start hanging out with us. And then you kissed him, and I was like, fuck. She's ruined it.
I did. I'm sorry.
It's
but
fine.
do you know what? Like, I also don't want this to let me just clarify something, because this is like important to clarify, is that however I can speak for myself, and I assume I'm speaking for you when I say this as well, but I don't want to speak for you, so tell me if you don't agree with me, because that's so fine. Anything that I say about this relationship that I had in these formative years, and any complaints I have with them, or even with him, lie within him and his character at that point in time.
Yeah, he might be a great person.
Yeah, I literally haven't spoken to him for over a year. Like, I have no idea. And he's with somebody else now, and I'm with somebody else now, and genuinely, I do wish him well. Like, I hope that 100%. He is thriving and happy and healthy, and I hope his family are too. But so I just want to clarify this, that like if I sound like I'm being shady or like, you know, fuck you, go fucking die, I don't mean that at all. Like,
it's just like personal experiences.
Personal experience. It's how I viewed the situation at that point in time.
Yeah. Plus as well, hindsight's a bitch. You know, you look back on things and you're like, oh, that should have been a red flag. But you know, moving forward, like we were also teenagers. Yeah. So some of the things that happened back then, it wasn't just us that was in our formative years. It was also our exes. They were also trying to find...
I put a lot on that man. I put a lot on him. I
did the same.
Yeah.
It's very easy to emotionally rely on someone.
I mean, I literally was fucking homeless at one point in time.
Yeah.
I had nowhere to live. And I went and lived with my boyfriend at the age of 17. We were living together in this tiny little bedroom. Like... that is an enormous amount of responsibility and pressure for a 17-year-old, and was way too much, way too young. And so I kind of don't blame a lot of the behaviour, because I'm like, do you know what? We took on too much. And, you know, he took on a lot with my family. So, you know, I get it.
Yeah. And, like, I had a very similar experience. So during lockdown, both of my parents were still working full time. So I was home alone because I'm an only child. I was home alone like all the time. And I got very, very depressed in lockdown number 3, I think it was.
Jeez, the fact that was even 3.
Oh my God, I know. It was ridiculous. And it was like one of the longest ones because it was like January to like March. And like it got to the middle of January and I was like, I can't spend any more time by myself, because it was just all day, every day. I would like literally wake up, be by myself until about 6:30. My mum would get home or my dad would get home. I would see them for a few hours and then they'd go to bed, and then I wouldn't be able to sleep because I was like, I don't even know what to do with myself right now. So then my ex-boyfriend moved in with me during that lockdown.
I remember that.
Yeah. And this poor man, to be fair, had the task of like trying to make me feel sane again, which is a lot of weight, because he was like freshly 18 at this point. I was still 17, like nearly 18. We were going through A-levels. Both of us were quite stressed because we had so much work to do, and like exams that hadn't been cancelled at that point, and
Oh God, yeah.
all of that. And like he managed to basically help me massively through that. So like I think it's very easy when you think about your past relationships to be like, ugh, what a dick, and all of that. But I wouldn't change anything. Like, I feel like weirdly it's something I had to experience.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And I agree with it for you as well. Don't worry. I agree with it for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that you... Do you know what? I think it actually taught you an enormous amount. And especially how I see how you live your life now.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be... I honestly don't think you'd be living your life with as much freedom and independence and positivity and social life as you have now if you hadn't learned those lessons that you did.
Oh, 100%. And like, before we split up, I remember I invited all of our friends around to my house, and I was like, by the way, guys, I'm really sorry for just not speaking to any of you for the past year, because this was after the first year of uni.
I remember that, yeah.
And like, everyone was like, shut up, it's fine, no one cares.
Yeah. Well, I feel like, you know, I'm obviously in second year uni, but my age is third.
Year.
So the people I speak to in this age range, some people are still 19 or have like just turned 19, like literally fresh out of 18. And I'm now 21.
Yeah.
Which is mental. So,
because it doesn't sound like a big age gap, but I feel like the life experiences,
it's very different.
Yeah.
And when I speak to them, so like when I talk about the bond that I have with our friendship group from sixth form, they don't get it.
No one does.
Because they, you know, we went through COVID together. Everyone went through COVID together. I appreciate that. Didn't just affect, you know, our sixth form. It was a global pandemic.
It wasn't just like our little friendship group.
No, it was actually a global issue.
Yeah.
But we had, it was so specific to us that we had all of the issue, like, shit, the amount of things, we all had our own struggles in that. And I know everybody else did, but genuinely, I say this all the time. We used to every Friday in the lockdown have an online pub quiz.
Yeah, which was fucking brilliant.
So good. So one of our friend group would make a PowerPoint and we'd put it on Zoom or whatever the fuck we used.
I feel like it was Skype.
I think it was Skype. And we'd share our screen.
Like 2012.
Yeah, and it was, but it was a pandemic. It was a different time. It was like fucking apocalypse. So
it was.
Time traveled back to Skype. So, yeah, no, one of our friend group would do like a PowerPoint quiz, and we'd share the screen, and we'd all do a pub quiz, and we'd sit there and get pissed in our rooms on our own, but on this Skype call with all our mates.
Yeah.
And genuinely, like, that support, every single day was on the phone with one of you all day, every day. And that bond, I genuinely don't know what would have happened if that wasn't the case.
We were so lucky because like we've got such a solid friend group as well. Like the amount of people that I've met at uni where like you make friends with people and then they go like, oh, like this friendship is so much better than all the friendships I have at home. I've like genuinely at here we've got such a big group of people, and I know if I messaged any one of you at like a ridiculous hour in the morning or whatever, and I was like, right there. Yeah, I was like, can you help me? Yeah, instant. Yeah. Whereas like there's about 3-4 people at uni that I've met at uni. I've obviously got other friends in Nottingham, but like at actual uni, I feel like that they would do the same for me. Whereas like here it's like we're in a group of what? How many of us are there? I think that it's shrunk over the years. Yeah. Whoops. But no fault of our own.
That's why we have a group chat called Survival of the Fittest.
It's very fitting actually.
Because it is. And I do think that the people that are on our group now are in our group. Like that's not going to change.
Yeah. Because we've got the people that kind of like dipped and then came back. Like myself.
Yeah, but we have... let me think if I can go through them. So we have Aggie Jacob. Yeah. Taya George. Yeah. Cam. Yeah. You. Me. Tommy. Yeah. Alice. What? I'm so sorry, Alice. You should have been literally first person I said. That's so bad. I love you.
I think that's everyone.
Is that it? Yeah, so 9.
Yeah, there's 9 of us.
I'm sorry if I've left someone out.
I'm like,
but
do you know what's going through my head?
What?
The New Year's Eve picture. I'm like, I think that's everyone, yeah.
Yeah. Did I say Cam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 9 of us.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's quite a big group of people.
Mm.
I was deep in it the other day. I was like, what if I get married? Like, who am I going to choose to be my bridesmaids? Because I feel like I obviously have to have everyone in our friendship group.
Obviously.
But I've got people that I'm also friends with, and I'm like, but I can't
Make
can't
everyone
choose.
a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
I
might just have no bridesmaids.
No. Fuck. You are having bridesmaids. Otherwise, I'm not coming. I'm not coming unless I'm a bridesmaid.
Okay. No pressure.
No. Well, you know, obviously I would come, but I'd be shitting on your wedding cake, so.
You'd be wearing a white dress.
Yeah, I'd be that bitch. If you're not going to put me in a coloured, coordinated bridesmaid dress, I'm going to wear your fucking dress. I'll go to the same shop, I'll buy the same dress in exactly the same colour. And I'll stand at the altar next to you
Oh, stunning.
while you get married.
Whoever I'm marrying will be like, which one? Which one is it again?
Which one's my bride? The priest, the poor priest is going to be like, who's actually the bride? Who's the wife?
We'll just start scrapping.
And I would be
It's
like me.
It's me.
And I would, unless I'm a bridesmaid. So let's just sort that out.
So Ava has to be a bridesmaid. That's fine.
Do you know what? I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, I'm not getting married, by the way. I wasn't thinking about
No,
it
me
because
either.
I'm like engaged. No, joking. Oh my god. Surprise! No, it's so far from. Again, not commenting on my relationship of like so far from which I'm just digging myself a hole. I'm not getting married.
She's 21.
I'm 21. I'm not getting
She's
married.
in uni. She's not prepared.
I'm not. So, but I was thinking the other day because I knew I was seeing you today, and I literally think one of the last conversations we had in summer was at my house with Alice when we were talking about what we're going to do with bridesmaids and maid of honours. And I was thinking, I think it's quite clear with me, bridesmaids. So clear. I don't, not again, because I'm different. I tend to have like more guy friends than I do girlfriends. I kind of noticed that when I had my big birthday thing. I was like, there's a lot of men here.
I noticed that too.
It's a lot of blokes. It's a lot of blokes. It was literally the girls there were you, Aggie, Taya, Alice. Fuck's sake, I'm sorry, Alice. Alice! Taya, Ash, Aggie. But now it looks like I'm slating Aggie.
But then you also had your two friends from uni as well.
Yeah, Kate and Grace. But I meant like from our friend group. So I think, but literally all of my other friends were men.
Yeah.
And obviously they're all just in love with me, no?
They just can't help themselves.
It's just because I'm just so alluring. No, I think I get different positives from my male friends and my girlfriends. So like my male friends I appreciate from them that they will just tell me how it is. You're being a fucking bitch right now. You know, that kind of thing, because you're doing this, this and this, or like you fucked me off the other day and I will tell you why and blah, blah, blah. Like that kind of thing I really appreciate about my male friends. Not that my girlfriends don't do that, but they sugarcoat naturally. We're maternal creatures.
Yeah.
But that also means that when I'm having a really fucking shit time, if I talk to my girlfriends, they will let you talk about the same issue over and over and over and over and over again until you feel better about it.
Yeah.
Blokes don't do that.
They're like, can you shut up now, please?
I've heard the story.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I've heard a bloke say that? I've heard you said this before.
Yeah, you've told me that.
Yeah, I know. Let me fucking say it again.
But I just want to reiterate my point.
Yes, I know.
And get your perspective, please.
Yeah. So this is what I mean. I appreciate both genders for friendships.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But I think, you know, there's a lot of women probably out there that have a lot of male friends because it boosts their self-confidence and, like, ego.
I feel like you can't do that in our friendship group.
No.
I love them all dearly, but Jesus Christ.
Imagine. The thought of sleeping with any of my male friends makes my vagina actively close. It shuts.
Shrivels.
It shuts like a cat flap. Gone. Like, it vanished.
Like one of those, what are they called? You know, the plants.
Venus flytraps. Oh, we said it. Jinx padlock no returns. Yeah. Fuck. Like a, yeah. That is what my vagina does at the thought of it. It's fucking foul. They're all attractive men. Yeah, they're all attractive men, but it would feel like incest, you're right.
We've known them for too long as well. It's just not right.
Also, you know, again, no shade, Aggie and Jacob, because they are in a friend group and they are a couple.
I just was not thinking about that.
But they've been a couple since off, really, on and off.
Yeah,
been a
literally
chaotic
since-
journey
Oh my god, it really has. Jesus Christ.
since 16.
Yeah.
Since I was 16, on and off, and we're now in our 20s. You guys better get married.
I swear to God.
I'm invested in the end game
Me
because
too.
if they don't get married,
Oh, I feel like it would just be such a good wedding as well with Aggie planning it.
oh, she would be so great at
It
organising
would be
it.
fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Imagine the centerpieces on the
Oh,
tables.
she's gonna have ice sculptures that'll be gorgeous
oh my
and shit.
god.
Yeah.
100%.
And I bet her colour scheme's gonna be white and dark green,
Yes, 100%.
which will be gorgeous.
And I can see it now on the wedding invitation. She's gonna have like colours at the bottom that you all have to wear.
Yes.
I want to do
And
that.
she'd have the best hen do.
Oh my god.
But it wouldn't be like tits out for the boys hen do. It'd
No,
be a
it'd be
real
like-
classy event.
like relaxing.
Yeah.
I can picture us going to the spa and then maybe like having some like bubbles with some brunch.
Yeah.
Mm.
See, Aggie, you need to get fucking
Yeah,
married.
please.
But this is, do you know what? They are actually a really great example of relationships in your formative years that are fine and work
Yeah.
out fine and are healthy-ish.
Healthy-ish.
They're healthy now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They necessarily haven't always been. And I feel like I'm talking about them. I'm going to get both of them on the pod at some point so
What,
they can...
together.
No. Maybe. Should I?
That would be quite funny if you had them both together. Imagine.
I feel like they're both warranted their own side, though.
Yeah.
So I feel like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They are individuals. They don't come
Hey.
as a package to me.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's fair.
but they could come on as a couple because that also could make great.
I think that would just be so entertaining.
But anyway, we're not talking about you because you're
No.
going to come on, so it's fine.
Yeah. They're like mum and dad.
They
in
are
the
mum and
group.
dad. But they're an example of great formative relationships that turn out
Yeah.
fine. And I was even talking to, the other day, the guy I lost my virginity to. I think I
Throwback.
mentioned this to you.
Yeah, I think you did.
And I want to get him on the pod.
Mm.
He's in a relationship
Yeah.
and his girlfriend is not happy with him being on the pod, which I get.
Yeah, understandable, because if you're going to talk about the time that you lost your virginity, then it's like, let's reminisce about that time we had sex, you know?
That one time.
It was so great.
So amazing. Well, we've come to a compromise. So
Yeah.
he is going to be an aspect of a pod,
Mm.
but he's not going to be on the pod.
Okay.
No face, no case, basically.
Valid.
Which is, I understand that. But anyway, my point of wanting him on the pod was because I wanted to kind of prove that just because you're not in a relationship with somebody anymore, like something doesn't work, doesn't
Yeah.
mean that they're an asshole and they're going to stay an asshole.
Oh, 100%.
People change and they develop and they move on, and I think that he is a really sound guy. I really do.
Yeah.
I when I bump into him on a night out or wherever.
I remember when we ran into him when we were outside that corner shop. in
Yeah,
Norwich.
I'm chuffed to see him. Like, I'll always give him a cuddle and be like, "How you doing?" I think he's a really lovely boy.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be with him romantically, and he doesn't want to be with me romantically, and that is completely okay.
And it's the whole thing again of like, you've both grown up. That was
Yeah.
a while ago. So,
Years ago.
fucking ages ago.
6 years. 6 years.
I forgot that you were 21 for a second. I was like, you weren't 14.
No, I was 15. Makes it all the world better. 15.
I was 17.
At least you're legal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't quite make it to legal. Actually, I was nowhere fucking near legal. I was like a month into being 15,
Oh, wow.
and I
Impressive.
completely underestimated it. Actually, that could be something we could talk about if you'd like to. Is obviously in these relationships. If you don't want to talk about it, so fine.
That's fine.
In these relationships at these young ages, obviously, sex is something you're going to have to navigate.
Yeah.
And I massively struggled to navigate sex through my teens.
It's nervous. What?
It's nervous.
It's nervy.
Yeah, it is.
Scary.
Scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Scary as fuck. Do you know the amount of times as a teenager I was like, about to have sex? I'd feel like I was going to vom. I'd feel literally physically sick.
Like you get the butterflies in your stomach and you're like, this is either nerves
Or I'm
like-
going to vomit on
yeah.
his face.
Mm-hmm.
Or his penis.
A
Or both.
game. Maybe. Both ends.
Double
at
under.
once.
I feel feel like I crossed a line. Yeah, no, Voltaire's face. Oh. Anyways, I feel like that was something really difficult for me to navigate. And I lost my virginity at quite a young age.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this on a different pod. And from then on, I actually started having kind of casual sex in my teens. It was only when I met my ex-boyfriend, like my boyfriend that I was with from 16 to 19, 16, 17.
Yeah.
And we met when we were 16, but whatever.
Yeah.
17 to 19, that I actually had sex with someone I was in love with.
Yeah.
I was in love with him. I don't know why I'm air quoting. I was in love with him. So but he was like the fifth person I'd had sex with.
Yeah.
And I'd already had sex with people I didn't know.
Yeah.
Literally didn't know who they were. I'd already had sex with people that were like older. Yeah. I'd already had friends with benefits, like casual sex. I'd already had quite grown-up experiences.
Yeah, from quite a young age. Especially considering it was only, like a 2-year period?
Yeah.
Impressive.
Is it? Or is it just sad? I think it's fucking sad looking back at it. But it also, made me the person I am now. So. Yeah. And it also means that in my 20s, I'm not doing what most 20-year-olds do. 21, 20 people. People in their 20s. I'm not doing what most people in their 20s do. 20-somethings.
Do.
Reference. Like, I don't go out. I don't care about one-night stands. I don't care about casual sex anymore. I don't give a shit. Like, I've done that. Move on.
I get that. I do get that. Because that's not something that I've ever done personally. So I
think some people don't ever do because they don't need to.
Yeah, it's not something that's ever interested me. Like, I've only had sex in relationships. And, like, I feel like I'm the kind of person where I have to know someone before I have sex with them. Like, me and my ex-boyfriend, we had sex when we were, like, a month and a half into our relationship, which looking back is quite early days. Yeah. Because we were, like, 17. And it was, like, just this whole experience, and, like, both of us were really nervous and all of that. But then, like, I don't know. I feel like it can be very beneficial for a relationship to have sex, and, like, it makes you build intimacy, and, like, obviously intimacy and sex are not the same thing, but, like, I feel like the stuff that comes after sex is what helps build the intimacy. Yeah, 100%. Because you can't just, like, have sex, like, pump and dump style, like, just fucking dip.
I have done that. I have done.
Fair enough.
I left someone in the swimming pool changing room. I never saw them again. Material girl. No, yeah, I did do that.
Yeah, but
I had sex with him, and then I was like, right, sick, have a good life, bye.
Yeah, but, like, I feel like in a relationship you can't do that. I feel like
I've also done that.
But you obviously had to see the person after.
I saw them again, obviously, we were in a relationship, but, like, I've done it where I've been like, I've got about 10 minutes till I need to leave, shall we do, like, really quickie, and then I'll be out.
Oh yeah, but that's a quickie though. That's not like,
oh god, my mum watches these, man. She's gonna be like, oh, your mum's gonna watch this.
I'm about to be like, hey Liz, babe, skip this part.
Yeah, just sorry Liz, love you.
Sorry, Mum. But I don't know. I feel like for you to, like, properly build an emotional connection with someone, I feel like you have to have some aspect of a physical relationship. And, like, I'm not saying, like, because obviously you've got people that are asexual, aromantic, things like that, demisexual, where just sex is just not something that appeals to them. And I do think, like, that's completely valid. But I feel like in those aspects you'll still have some form of physical intimacy, even if it's just, like, hand holding, maybe, like, a cuddle, stuff like that. But I feel like in a lot of, like, especially heteronormative relationships, sex is kind of a key thing to building that physical intimacy, and, like, it helps you feel comfortable around someone as well. Like, because realistically, when you're in a relationship, there's not much worse than them seeing you naked, in your brain anyway. Well, there is a lot worse,
but that's a really big hurdle to get over. Yeah,
because, like, I feel like once someone's seen you naked, you're like, well,
You've seen me in my most vulnerable state.
Yeah, literally. Like, literally nothing to, like, cover me. So, you know, I feel like that's just such a big thing in a relationship.
And you know what I think is interesting? Because I talk to a lot of people. One of my icebreakers kind of is virginity, like talking about virginity when I meet people.
Yeah.
It's not something that I consciously do, but it always ends up being a conversation I have with people I've just met. Because, and actually I think that it's really necessary, not necessary, but useful, because you find a lot about a person with their maturity, where their head is at, their view on, like, relationships, their view on independence, their low-key kind of trauma sometimes. Like, I was talking to somebody a while ago, and they were saying how when they lost their virginity, they kept an enormous t-shirt on for the first, like, 4 or 5 times she had sex with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because, and she was like, I wouldn't look at his dick, and I, like, couldn't look at it, and I couldn't touch it, and I couldn't, but I was having sex. And I said, well, do you not think that maybe that means that you weren't ready?
Yeah, I would take that as a sign that you weren't.
And she was like, yeah, I would, but I actually didn't see myself doing it any other way, and I still don't. I don't regret it, but I know that I wasn't mentally ready. And I think that's really interesting. That, like, people, I mean, I kind of low-key had that with my virginity. Like, at the time, I remember thinking, you know, fuck it, let's just get it out of the way. I just want it done. I want it gone.
Yeah.
Like it was some sort of fucking plague.
But, like, a lot of people do that. Like, I know someone that's, like, gone to uni and lost it, just, like, because they didn't want to be a virgin at uni. I feel like virginity is such a big thing in our culture, especially, like, as a teenager. Like, I remember I got to 16 and it was, like, before my 17th birthday, and I was like, I'm going to be a virgin when I'm 17, and I did not like that. Which is
mental,
stupid,
isn't it?
because 17 is, like, you're a kid still.
Yeah.
Like, nothing's, like, it's not that deep, babe.
It's not that deep. And I know people that, you know, haven't lost their virginity until they're, like, mid-20s.
Oh, yeah.
Fine.
But as well, I feel like the people that don't lose their virginity until they're in their 20s are probably a lot happier with themselves.
Dude, facts.
Literally.
Facts.
You have a conversation with someone that's like, yeah, I didn't lose my virginity until I was, like, 22, something like that. And they're always, like, they always have a, like, better relationship with sex because of it, because they took their time.
And it was
they didn't
healthy.
they didn't feel pressured. They just wanted to do it when they wanted to do it, and that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like people that lost their virginity at, like, a younger age, sex is such a thing where you're like, I know everyone else is doing it, so I feel like I have to do it to fit in. And, like, obviously, like, losing your virginity, some people lose it and then they never want to do it again, which is completely fair enough, because it can be quite traumatic.
I low-key kind of had that.
Yeah.
I wasn't, like, traumatized by it, but I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is everyone raving about that? This is shit.
Literally.
No offense to the guy I lost my virginity to. Nothing to do with you, babe. Like, just the situation. We were both inexperienced. But, yeah, no, I get that. Some people don't.
I feel like your first time is never going to be.
Oh, my God. Do you know what I fucking blame for that? It's, like, the film industry and books.
Yeah.
Where they, like, make it seem as if you lose your virginity, it's fucking candles, petals.
Yeah.
Get fucked, mate. Honestly, I could not feel my legs for 3 hours after I lost my virginity.
I was in so much pain. It was horrible.
Right? And in no fucking way am I sitting there, like, stroking my little arms with feathers, like, oh, you know, in love. He actually, he was like, right, let's take the dog out for a walk.
I know.
And I was like, all right, sick. Got up, couldn't fucking walk. And he was like, let's have a race. We went to race. I got raced after I lost my virginity.
So
down
romantic.
my road with my dog.
I got high-fived.
Woo! What is it about, man? What is it with men? You need to just fucking... Why? I'm not going to say, like, who this is.
Yeah.
But someone I have had sex with. I think you...
I might know.
Someone I have had sex with. When I, like, finished for the first time, when we'd had sex, put on, I'm glad you came. Put that on.
Oh my god, I
And-
feel like you've told me about that.
Yeah, and that fucking, do you know what? It was so funny, but was also just awful. Because every time I hear that song now in a club,
You're like, great.
what is it? How does it go? It's like, another drink,
Oh.
make you glad you came. The sun goes down, the stars come out. And at least he played that one and not the sun goes down, my zoo comes out.
That was really
fucking
good from you.
Thank you.
I'm quite impressed.
Thanks.
No, for me it was, I was high-fived because I had a bad experience with a high five
Yeah, you had.
previously. And he was like, I just want to replace it with a better memory. And I was like, this is not a better memory because I am
Woo!
in pain.
Yeah, no. You have literally just impaled me, mate. I don't want to high
Yeah,
five.
like, I don't think I've ever experienced anything as painful as that moment since. No, I have actually.
Do you know what? I've had more painful sex since my virginity, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I've had it where this is so TMI. Literally, the amount of people watching this are gonna be like, "Why?" I've had it literally rip, tear.
No.
Yeah, no, it was
No.
fucking vicious. And do you know what? When I had a piss, I had to
can't
be
even
so
imagine.
hydrated because the dehydrated piss, the like real dark one, was like pouring lemon juice into a cut, but on your fanny. I'm
That's
so sorry. This is
awful.
awful, innit? But
No, but like, why is that a thing though? Because like when I lost my virginity, you know how they're always like, we after sex, which you
yes.
should do.
Which you
always,
should.
always we after sex. We don't like UTIs here.
Definitely don't. I've had about 65 in my life. Not even joking.
Is there any word?
I
Never
can't
had
reach
one.
any.
I'll tap it for you.
Thanks.
I've never had any word.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I thought we were talking about virginity. What? Liar!
I've never had a UTI.
I've never had any wood either. Don't know what I'm talking about. I ripped it doing horse riding.
Yeah,
I've never had any
100%.
wood.
No, but what was I saying? Yeah, the first wee, because I was like, I have to go have a wee, because I've just lost my virginity, and I was like, I'm in pain, and then I weed, and I was like, I nearly screamed because it's
Yeah.
so painful.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking vicious.
It's fine now, but Christ.
I mean, I'm so fucking used to it now because I genuinely. Oh my god, bit of medical history no one fucking cares about. I've had so many UTIs that I've got like scarring on my kidney.
Yeah.
I got a letter from the hospital saying that I've been referred to another consultant to talk about operating to like cut it off
Oh.
because my kidneys are that fucked, and that is from sex. I'm not even joking. So
this is why you wee
this is why you wee.
and stay hydrated.
But I did all that shit. I think I just got manky kidneys, just
Yeah,
grotty.
you were just really unlucky.
But it was like it started as scarring and then it grew into like a lump, and it's grown. It's now like 6 point something centimeters on my
Fuck, that's
kidney.
huge.
Yeah, and it started as one, so it's like grown that much in like a couple of years. So they're like, yeah, that might get cut off. I literally, this does not matter. No one cares. No one fucking cares. I'm just saying you should wee after sex unless you want to get your kidney hacked out.
Yeah, because it's a dangerous game to play.
It is. If you think about it as well, especially compared to like men, like what have you got to do? You just come and dip, like
No,
literally.
you're fine.
What,
And then like sometimes you're like, can I have a cuddle? And they're like, no.
yeah, are you
Post nut
joking?
clarity is stopping me. Shut
Oh,
up.
shut up.
No one fucking cares.
Shut
You don't have to look at me. Just cuddle me.
You do have to fucking look at me because you've just
Close
been
your
inside
eyes.
my body. You fucking look at me, piece of shit. What the fuck? Take the fucking piss from me, you cunt. Absolutely not. Someone said to me, I've got post-nut clarity, I'm not giving you a hug.
I'd be like,
I'm ripping your balls off and shoving them in your throat. How about that fucking post-nut clarity? Chew on them. Absolutely not.
have a little nibble. A snack.
It's a little awful. Fucking horrible thing to say. Not having it.
Valid.
Or I would plan a really elaborate, like, I don't fucking know, what's the post-clear? Post-clear, what is it?
Well, I
Post-clear
feel
clarity? That's really hard to say.
I feel like the most average response for people our age is just like, well, at least you nutted.
Facts.
Fucking
Do you know what? I was talking about this the other day, is like the amount of disappointing sex a woman will have in her life
Oh my
compared
God.
to a man.
Literally.
I know that obviously men can have shit sex, but, you know, like, I don't even feel like that needs words. Just
No. It's like, You know, sometimes when you talk to a man and they're like, well, women get to have multiple orgasms. I'm like, yeah, but how many?
Cause them.
I'm like, how many women have actually experienced that?
Yeah.
That
And cause
wasn't
them.
because of themselves.
Facts. Women can have multiple orgasms. Organisms? Women can have multiple organisms.
Yeah.
/ orgasms.
Incredible.
Well, where are they?
Yeah, show me.
Show me them. Are they in
Prove
the room
it.
with us right now? Because I can't see them, or
No.
find them, or feel them, in fact. And in fact, there's a condom over there full of your fucking shit. Where's mine?
Hopefully not shit.
Yeah, he just shattered a condom and loved it at the wall.
That's disgusting.
I feel like I'm really on one this episode. I'm really tired. I've had a stressful week.
I'm on my reading
This
week.
is probably the most unhinged one I've filmed.
I'm not surprised. I feel like none of our conversations are every time I have a conversation with you, we start off normally. What? Normally. Then we end up on whatever this is. I don't even...
How have we got from relationships in your formative years to shit in a condom being thrown at a wall?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Right, I need to redirect.
Yes.
Okay. It's currently 1 o'clock.
Oh, shit.
So I need to film an intro and a conclusion. But
That is fine.
do you want to, because obviously we were also going to talk about feminist culture and we fucking haven't.
Yeah.
But we can if you want, or we can save it for another episode because you'll be back at Christmas and I'll get you one.
I don't mind. Which would you rather do? This is your podcast.
I actually think we've spoken about a lot.
Yeah.
But do you want to do a concluding statement? Because I feel like this has been a lot of waffle, which is fine.
Yeah.
Because it's funny waffle. It's entertaining. But
yeah.
do you want, because it's quite a big thing, do you have a final statement? If there are people watching it that are 16 and 17 going into relationships, what would be your big piece of advice?
I feel like, so don't not do it because people have had bad experiences, because that's just not a good reason. It's something that everyone should probably experience, because if you don't have your first relationship then you might make the same mistakes later on.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's quite good to experience that when you're a teenager, and you've got, because as well, I feel like when you're a teenager you've probably got a bit more of a more stable support system around you, because most people, they live with their parents still, or they've got people around, you've got a solid friendship group 90% of the time if you're in school. So I feel like if you're going into a relationship and you've watched this and you're like, ugh,
Oh my god, they're fucking shit.
that sounds terrifying, don't be scared, because I don't regret it.
I don't regret it.
Obviously there are some things where I'm like, that could have gone differently,
But
I feel like it's 100% something I need to experience, because now as well, now that I'm older, I know what I want more because of it, and I know when I get into a relationship again, I know how I want to be treated and what I feel like I deserve, and just I can't think of another word.
your self-worth.
Yeah.
I get it. I get that. And I also think that it's important to, if you are going to go into these relationships at this age, take time to do the things that you want to be doing as well. Absolutely, there is compromise and there is trying to please your partner and do, I get that. Those are things that come in a relationship. But I spent a lot of my formative years trying to please somebody else. So when I came out of that relationship, I was like, who am I? What do I like? What do I want to do with my life?
I felt like that.
It's hard. So if you keep these hobbies and keep these friends and keep your life as your life, a partner should be a bonus.
Oh, 100%.
Not your whole life.
Yeah, and I know people that have been in a relationship since they were 15, and they're still with the person that they were with then.
Yeah.
And they're still very much in love, because they don't prioritize specific people all the time. So for example, if one of my friends has plans with her boyfriend, but one of her friends is back from uni, she'll just be like, I'll get to yours later, for example. But if she's got plans where she's going out for dinner with him and one of her friends is back from uni, she'll be like, I'm so sorry, are you free another day, as in the friend that's back from uni, because she's already got like a solid
I think that's valid.
specific time.
That's healthy.
Yeah, because like if you've got plans with someone, don't cancel the plans with someone else. But also don't let one person take up all of your time. Don't just like make plans with one person every single day forever. You know, set aside time for your other friends or your partner or whoever. You know, I feel like it's very important. And also set aside time for yourself. I feel like that's something that is very easy to forget to do when you're in a relationship, when you're a teenager. Like I was spending time every day with like you guys, and then I would see him every day like after school, and then I'd get home and I'd spend time with my parents, and then I would have to go to sleep. And like,
I didn't read a single book in my relationship.
I didn't start reading probably until I went to uni, and that was because I was away from him. We had to do long distance for a year, and like I was spending time by myself again, and I was like, oh, I actually miss reading. So
And
I started reading again.
me and Ash are English students, so we
Should.
are friends on Goodreads. We like reading, you know, and we
Yeah.
should be reading. I didn't read a single book in my relationship.
No, I only read a couple, which is so unlike me because I read a stupid amount. Really.
You're good. Ash has read something already, like 130 books or something this year.
150.
You broke your record. You broke the thing. I'm nowhere fucking near mine, and mine was like 30 books.
I'm gonna go above and beyond for mine. Well, we've got like a month and a bit left of the year.
Yeah. God. This is
No,
2024.
that's horrifying. That's criminal.
It's
That is
life.
criminal. My dad yesterday was like, "What do you want to do for your 21st?" And I was like, "Not a clue."
I had that conversation a couple of months ago. It made me feel weird. Less weird than 20. 20 was bigger than 21 for me.
Yeah, me too.
Teens are done.
Yeah, I bawled my eyes out
I
when I
was
turned
there.
20.
And George was dancing to the Oompa Loompa soundtrack.
That was fun.
Or was it Augustus Gloop?
Augustus Gloop.
I think it was Augustus
That was the
Gloop.
first song I listened to when I turned 20.
What a way to see into your 20-somethings.
Yeah, no regrets. George doing the dance. He was like, "Guys, look, I know the dance to it." And he was like, "Augustus Gloop."
That's one of my
Augustus
favourite
Gloop."
videos ever. Anyway,
Yes.
any closing words, Aisling?
I don't know. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming.
I've enjoyed this conversation, so
I've enjoyed this conversation. It's been all over the place, and I'm not sure what to title this episode, but we'll see when it's published.
can't wait to find out.
Okay. Thank you, Aisling. Love you.
Love you too.
Thank you so much for watching this episode, everybody. I forgotten how I've done my conclusions, my outros. What do I say in my outros? Episode 3. We're getting there. We're making quite a collection. And I will start being a little bit more reliable now, hopefully. No promises, though. But in Christmas time, I'll be definitely really active. I get like 6 weeks off in Christmas, and I will literally be like podcast. Also, if anyone knows any editors, let me know, because it's the editing. It's not the filming that's the issue, it's the editing that's the issue. Please be patient with me, but I'm getting there. Love you, everybody. See you next week. Hopefully, maybe, possibly, definitely. Okay, let's just pretend none of that happened.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Reverse. Okay. Okay. Crochet in times of stress. There we go. Keep calm, crochet.